I just want to say something, and I was ambivalent about talking about it publicly because the last thing I want to do is to pour cold water on anyone else's efforts in relation to the campaign, as it were, to free Lucy Letby. But I feel somewhat disquieted about the idea of a physical presence demonstration about a single individual who's attending an event related to a charity that's to do with birth trauma. And a commenter on a comment I made on under the live from yesterday made a further excellent point that what people, members of the public that might want to attend that event and their history of birth trauma and loss and everything like that, and if there is quite a strong, powerful event going on outside or a demonstration going on outside, I think this could end up being an unwitting. I understand the reasons to do it, and the person involved, the focal point of it, makes absolute sense. There's someone, I think, who's acted criminally and should be brought to justice. All that, but it's the context of where they are, what they're doing, that they're on their own, and it's the context in which the powers that be, the establishment, the system, call it what you will, are looking for opportunities to fire back and change the narrative back. And it's a perfect opportunity for that individual, narcissist as he is, to really go full on with the idea, I'm being harassed here, I'm being caused alarm, distress, harassment, possibly call the police in. And then the story becomes, it's a group of people targeting a particular person, and that particular person may even invoke that it's being done with some negative racial intention. There's a potential for that. All of these things, obviously, it's not the case, but it's about how it might be twisted and spun by the individual, B, by the system, as it were, as a whole, the police, the media, elements of the media could jump on it very significantly and say, well, look what this, and they'll minimize the group of people. Look what this group of people are doing. Look how they're harassing someone. This is typical of them. So I just think it's a word of, it probably does sound like I'm trying to pour cold water on it, but it's not that. I just think it's, just wanted to express my view of caution, really. But what does that actually mean? I mean, if you're either going to do that thing or you're not going to do that thing. And it's just wanted to convey that I think it's the optics, as people say, and I hate that idea, but it's about optics. But the optics might not be good because of the physical presence, nature of it, and the context of the event that's happening in a certain building, and the people that are going to that building from the public and their histories. As a commenter on the live said, I'm not using their name just in case they might not want me to, but as an excellent point made, and it could end up being turned, you see. So you could end up kind of losing more than you hope to gain. Not quite a Pyrrhic victory, but potentially not a victory at all of any kind, and not a way of spreading it, but a way of giving ammunition to the other side, as it were, the side that really wants to keep the miscarriage of justice in place. And I totally understand that isn't the intention, but it could be an unforeseen outcome. And the individual concerned, who will be the focal point, could jump on that and use that considerably as and could even try, it could go wrong. It could be an own goal, all that kind of thing. Could be. But obviously people do what they do, and I wish them all well, what they're doing. But it's yeah, it's just sharing my thoughts on that, and I thought I'd do that now rather than after, if you see what I mean. I wasn't sure whether to talk about it at all, but the people that know about it will know what I'm talking about. It doesn't. I'm not deliberately talking in riddles. The people will know what I'm talking about if they know about it. So there we are. I think I'll leave it there. Was there anything else I was going to say? Thanks ever so much to everyone who was in the chat in the live yesterday, and everyone who listened, and to Carl and Chris very much also, and everyone who's watched some of it today, the discussions we were having as well. So thanks to all, and take care, and have a good, it's not Sundays, it's Saturday. Have a good Saturday. Bye-bye. Or just something I forgot to add, I'm doing things online, on YouTube, on Twitter, etc. You've always got the kind of out is that the individual who may be a focal point or set of individuals or institutions, they don't have to see it. They don't have to see it. When it's a physical presence, they can't avoid it. And that gives them the opening to make the complaint of direct physical harassment, potentially, especially in the context of what event they're involved in and the people that are going to that event. He absolutely should be a focal point of, but it kind of changes when it's in, I don't mean like it's in real life, because it's all real life, but it's when there's a physical presence there about a particular individual, I believe anyway. So those are my thoughts for what it's worth.